All right, I am not the Batman. I am Everyday Eric. The real question is Robert Pattinson the Batman? And the answer is a resounding hell yeah. He is the Batman. He could be the best Batman of all time. Yeah. And me saying that, I don't say that lightly. I'm a big Michael Keaton fan, but my God, the movie I saw tonight, this was awesome. The Batman, PG-13, a very, very dark, violent, scary movie. 2 hours and 55 minutes. Did this movie seem long? I'd say in the third act, there's probably 2 minutes that I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, it is starting to feel a little long at this moment. And just when I thought the movie was going to stop, it picked up and like a whole new movie started. I took a poll, and I appreciate you guys responding about what type of review you wanted me to do. Spoiler, spoiler-free, a hybrid. I think spoiler-free and hybrid came in first place. Thank you again for the poll. I'm going to do this spoiler-free. There are spoilers, there are surprises in this movie. I think for me bringing them up tonight, it's not going to make for a better video. I can be pretty detailed here and still keeping it spoiler-free. So that's my plan. So thanks for participating in the poll. This movie is directed by Matt Reeves, and I like all his movies. He's made great movies. Planet of the Apes, Cloverfield, Let the Right One In. He's made great movies, and tonight I saw an incredible movie. All right, so let me tell you the setup of this movie without really spoiling anything, all right? So this is Batman in year 2. He's been Batman for 2 years. So think of it, we already had like maybe Batman has already begun, and he's still beginning, and by the end of this movie, he's really going to find his purpose and his footing. Okay, that's where he's at. And he actually works with Jim Gordon already on crimes and things. They got the bat signal already up on the roof and ready to go. And Gotham is filled with scumbags right now, and Batman's trying to clean things up. But a new serial killer shows up, the Riddler, and he kills the mayor. And he's leaving clues for the Batman during every one of these murders. So we have Gordon and Batman working together, kind of like Seven. The movie felt like Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Don't worry, there's nothing in the box. There's no box. And they're trying to figure out this mystery of what does the Riddler want and what are all these connections here. Good news is we don't get to see Batman's parents get shot. Thank God, because I'm really sick of that. This is a very good mystery, and finally, we get Batman as the world's greatest detective. I think that's the first time in a Batman movie we're actually getting this. I will say this. After the movie starts with a murder, and I really liked, there's something that happens around that murder that when Batman shows up, I could feel his motivation. Why? Not only like the little clue that says, this is for Batman, but there's something he sees that really makes this personal for Batman, and I absolutely loved it. All right, let's go over the cast of characters here, at least the ones that are in the trailer. Gotham City, I'm going to say, is a character here. It's just beautiful, gorgeous. We see more Gotham City than we've ever seen before, whether it's the Wayne Mansion. It has its own unique look. I loved it. Or the Iceberg Lounge, Penguin's nightclub. I just love that place. It's just so massive, and there's so much danger in there. Oh, I just loved Gotham City. I consider it a character in this movie. Let's move on to Jeffrey Wright as Gordon. He's not Commissioner Gordon yet. Thought he did an awesome job. He could be my favorite Gordon, Jim Gordon. I just love the bond he already has with Batman. They're working together in some pretty unique ways in this movie. They're definitely a team. And so it's like them against the lot. and just love Jeffrey Wright's performance. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. Where does she rank amongst the Catwomen? I think she's my favorite, guys. I really do. Sexy, strong. It wasn't like girl power. It was like legitimate and honest. I just loved. I thought she did have chemistry with Batman, definitely by the end. She had a clear purpose. She knew what she wanted in this movie. It just wasn't, I'm just not a cat burglar. There's a lot more going on here. And it seemed honest and believable. She's probably my favorite Catwoman. So I could talk more about her. I'm just going to keep moving. Andy Serkis as Alfred. I did like his take on Alfred. He's a younger Alfred. He's probably a more capable Alfred. We don't get a whole lot of Alfred in this movie, but what we did get, I really liked. Yeah, good job. Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Holy crap. I mean, we just basically have Danny DeVito to compare him to, or maybe the comic books. But I would say Colin Farrell is the best Penguin in comics and in movies and in TV. He is the Penguin. It's just amazing, his transformation. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the future. But he was fantastic. We have Carmine Falcone, played by John Turturro. That's the one I wasn't sure about, because he's in the Transformer movies, acting like a goofball. I kind of like those movies in my own. That's like my own guilty pleasure, though. So when he first came on the screen, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm thinking of him and yeah, his previous roles. But by the end, I thought he did a very good job. I was more believing him by the end. All right, now we got to get to Paul Dano. I think it's Dano, not Dano. Paul Dano as the Riddler. Well, obviously, this is the best Riddler we ever got, ever. Not even close. He is scary. He, again, is like the Zodiac killer, leaving clues. And he is like Saw, leaving traps. The riddles are great. They're great riddles. So you're along with Batman trying to like figure out these riddles when he's giving out riddles. But the dude is a scary son of a bitch, a scary serial killer. So very frightening. They use a lot of social media with him, or he's using social media. Just very disturbing. Probably because you're like, I don't know, someone like could really be like this. Yeah, so it's very disturbing. And there's a certain point in this movie when you're going to see more of him, let's say. And just the job that he did, his performance, when the Riddler is sad, oof, when the Riddler is happy, oof, he is just a creepy son of a bitch. I loved it. All right, about 2-3 years ago, when it was first announced that Robert Pattinson would be Batman, I did a video. I'll put a link in the description below, where I predicted he would be awesome. I'm here to tell you I was right. This Robert Pattinson is my favorite Batman. I know. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I like Michael Keaton. Hell, I like Adam West. Robert Pattinson got the job done. This Batman is brutal, brooding, but smart. He's a real detective. Just great stuff here. So when you first encounter Batman in this movie, you're going to have the music. Bah, 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 bah. We're going to get to the music. The music is fantastic, the score. And he comes walking like a gunslinger with his spurs, just whoops all these guys. It's just awesome stuff. But even when he's not kicking ass, I like how he looks in the mask. He's got the great jawline. His eyes are conveying so much. His emotions, he's conveying that through the mask. Just awesome job. And his voice. No funky, goofy ass voice here. Christian Bale, no offense. You did a very nice job, but none of that, I'm not wearing hockey pads, crazy ass voice. This voice is just really appropriate. And in fact, you're going to get a lot of narration from Robert Pattinson as Batman. Sort of like in a crime or detective story. They'll narrate a little bit. It was a rainy Friday night and I'm on the streets, that kind of thing. And if, I was like, yeah, I dug it. That was pretty cool. So as Bruce Wayne, my whole big fear was, is this guy too broody or emo or what the hell's going on here? The trailers for this movie sucked. Because they played the Nirvana song, and the Nirvana songs are in this movie, by the way. They're okay. They come up like twice, and they actually kind of fit. But I was like, what's this Nirvana music? And he's got his hair down, and like, what am I in for here? That's not what's happening in this movie. He's a much, much better Bruce Wayne than I thought going in. Now, he's in year 2. He's young. This is a young Batman. And, he's got anger. He's angry, and he thinks he's vengeance. And, he's a dick to Alfred. And, he's pretty good with Jim Gordon, but, he's got a lot of learning to do. And that's what this sort of movie, I think, flushes out for his character. So keep that in mind. But I just love what Robert Pattinson has done. I can't wait to see this next movie. Stepping back just a little bit, so some of my favorite Batman things are like the Arkham Asylum video game, and there are some scenes in this movie that reminded me of that video game. Not going to tell you where the location is, but it reminded me of walking through that video game. Batman the Animated Series, I thought this movie had some of that more serious tone going on. It took the material very seriously, and all the detective comics, the early detective comics from like 1939, but I mean more like the 70s and 80s Batman. I thought this movie was pretty respectful to all the Batman lore and then doing its own thing. All right, let's run down some points here of some things I want to hit. First of all, this movie looks amazing. Yes, it's very, very dark. I think most of it takes place in the dark or at night or dusk or dawn. I don't have a problem with that. That's when Batman comes out. He doesn't come out at like lunch hour and run, through Central Park. So yeah, he's like a ninja. And so this movie takes place in the dark for the most part. The music, again, the score, bah, 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 bah. Michael Giacchino just crushed it, loved it. No problems there. The action. Several times in this movie, the action, something happened where my jaw kind of did drop. Honestly, like, whoa moments. And that's what I want when I go see a Batman movie. The fights are very Krav Maga. He's definitely got some gadgets. There's something he does. I'm not going to say what he does. But he does something with his suit. And I was like, oh, yes, yes. Ooh, yes. Just absolutely loved it. The Batmobile makes an entrance, and boy does it ever. The sound design in this movie, I really noticed it when the Batmobile showed up. The revving of the engines, it sounded angry and mean like a beast, and it is definitely a beast, and that beast chases the Penguin in an awesome little scene there. His suit, when I first saw the images of this bat suit, I didn't like it. I was horrified by it. I thought it looked like junk. By the end of this movie, I liked it. It reminded me sort of like an Arkham City suit. One of those earlier Batman suits from those video games, a little bit more armor. So, I really liked the suit. And the tech. Right away, Batman's got some tech that I really enjoyed and made for some very interesting scenes. So he's got some neat tech. Not going to spoil it. So the villains. Sometimes in Batman movies, we have too many villains. And it's just all a big mess, right? And everyone's just on top of everybody, chewing scenery and making for an unpleasant, annoying movie. This movie perfectly balances this great cast. So none of those, we have no nipples on the bat suit. So all the Batman problems of the past have been fixed. All right, so this script is amazing. Not only is the plot intelligent and you can follow it and the mystery develops and the surprises. I didn't see the surprises coming, and the movie had me and fooled me a few times where I was like, oh my God, no, really? And then they're like, oh shit, like it's playing with you. So I loved the ride I took with this movie. I think the script did a really good job of actually putting humor. About 5 or 6 times I laughed out loud. The humor was not forced. It was natural. It was in the moment. It was honest and genuine. So there are little moments of humor in this very dark and serial killer crime drama. Is the movie woke? No, but there's one thing Catwoman says. I was like, I really wish she wouldn't have said that. She says one line that made me go, okay, we'll forget about that one line. But the movie's not woke. So when Batman first meets Catwoman, for example, Catwoman's not going to like kick Batman's ass, okay? Batman's Batman. So I didn't see any like girl power Disney Plus, let's beat up Kingpin moments. All right, well, before I forget, there is no post-credit scene. There's like a post-credit like 2-second moment. It's not worth staying around for. I would just watch it on YouTube. Hell, you can watch it tonight on YouTube. Oh, speaking about YouTube, there are spoilers and surprises in this movie, so be very careful because before I went in, someone posted a video with the title and image that did spoil a surprise in this movie, and it's a very good scene, so be careful on YouTube. All right, what's my final thoughts? Oh, I think this is my favorite Batman movie because I spent 3 hours like with Batman trying to solve a crime, a mystery, a series of crimes with him. And I felt like I was on the journey with him, like for the first time in any Batman movie. So yeah, I think this is my favorite Batman movie. And Robert Pattinson probably is my favorite Batman. He's the complete package. You got the detective, you got the fighter. Oh, it's so damn good. So damn good. Some of you want me to put ratings on a movie. I don't know. Those things always change. But right now, I'm super stoked about it. I'm going 9.5. It's really frickin' good. It's not the cheesy cookie cutter Marvel bullshit we've been getting. Just awesome stuff. All right, everybody, let me know in the comments what you think of the Batman. Give me your rating, please. Maybe I'll show up over the weekend and we can do a spoiler thing. I don't know, maybe Sunday or something. I'm so excited for you guys to see this movie. Leave a comment, share my video with other people, and if you like what I'm doing, leave a like. I appreciate everyone's support. Everybody have a great day, a great night, a great weekend, and as always, I will see you on the new. Good night.